First appearance of the freshly shaved head. Woohoo!
So sexy.
It's video making time, so let's make a video. Now. Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome.
Perfect focus.
Look at all those blood stains. Crotch camera set.
Crotch cam. There we go. Alright. Try not to take out the lights.
That J-Star's not here. He must have went to sleep.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, very well.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Excellent. I have to clean up the light bright.
Light bright. I love light bright.
Light bright, light bright. It's a light and it's very bright.
Mia, is this why you need the doll?
Hello, definitely unanimous.
Oh, there's another one over here.
Hopefully it's not a fly.
I don't see you on cam at all. You know that guy. Where are you?
What? Oh yeah, 'cause it's on the floor. Never mind. Well, I want to clean it up anyway. Oh no, you can see it a little bit. See all this? These are the light bright sheets. And this is the light bright mechanism here. Yes.
Yes.
You know, the newer light brights don't actually plug in anymore. They're battery operated.
What?
Yeah. That said, the batteries seem to
weird.
last.
Yay, we get to buy lots of batteries.
Yeah. I was gonna say though, that said, the batteries seem to last an insanely long time. I bought this one
I'd rather
about
buy
4 years
the
ago,
original light bright.
and the batteries are still good.
That's good.
Mind you,
I remember those things used to get so freaking hot. Oh man.
Mind you, we don't use it daily. It's only when Rosie comes to visit. I gotta get some new sheets for it though. I think maybe some more.
What, you don't play with it yourself?
No, I don't play with it myself. What do you think I am? Like a grown man who watches cartoons or something? Jeez. As I'm putting Count Duckula back on the shelf. Which I totally bought for me.
Time for some Count Duckula.
Rosie loves Duckula.
Duckula.
We were watching it today because she specifically requested it. I kept suggesting Shrek. She's like, no, Duckula. Okay.
Duckula.
Which is fine because I love Duckula. I actually like it more than Danger Mouse.
Oh, that's a surprise.
And now,
On the
I shall
IGN
urinate.
list, 100 greatest animated shows, they actually put Duckula just above Danger Mouse.
Oh, really? I think it could be because Duckula actually had a little bit more variety and depth to it. Danger Mouse was very formulaic, so that could be why. It's just a little bit more refined. Anyway, I have to pee.
Good point.
Good point. He does have to pee, yes. Honestly. Ugh. You have to be awake early? What are you doing then? I have a suggestion, Mia. It's called...
Well, I'm tired myself.
Little pink
I've been up since 12 or 1 o'clock.
They are
today.
magic.
It broke.
No piss. Melatonin is natural. You can take melatonin.
Don't you mean serotonin?
Melatonin.
Serotonin?
Melatonin.
Serotonin?
Melatonin.
Oh, serotonin.
It's melatonin.
Not according to the X-Files. And the X-Files never lies. Oh, mercy.
Just for you, Mia. Jesus.
That was a very lame fart. It was like a fart that just didn't put any effort into it. Just like, huh. Like, whatever. I'm a fart. Oh. There's nothing in there. I have to stick it in. Oh, I didn't rewind this one. Damn it. Where's one that I rewinded? Where the hell are they? Oh, Rosie moved them. Silly Rosie. Moving all of Daddy's stuff. Alright. Let's get this rocking here. Duckula. Thank you.
Cool. 57 cents and AdSense yesterday.
Yeah.
All my trouble seems so far
angled
away.
a little bit too low in the last pair of videos. The top shelf of cartoons was slightly cut off. Now, we can't have that. That's right out, man. Just adjusting audio. Okay, here we go.
You know he's about to do a video when he starts to belch like crazy.
Greetings, everybody.
Hey, some people do Buddhist chanting to warm up. I belch like a mofo, so sue me. Alright, here we go. Which one are we doing? Oh, so I can actually put this on the shelf now. Oh, one thing I neglected to mention about heavy metal, the French title is Metal Hurlant.
Too bad it isn't Metal Madness.
I miss metal. Metal Madness.
So just hurling metal. I'll put it next to G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe, the movie. Remote control.
I don't think you've shown G.I. Joe the movie at all, am I right, Sean? Or have you?
So I figure it's better to get all my belches out of my system first, and then I'm not doing it in the middle of the video so much. But I sneak a few into the videos anyway for all the belch fans out there, but especially for the people who hate it passionately when I belch. I make them extra raunchy just for them. Okay. Here we go, laddie. Arr. The rain in Spain falls mainly down the drain. The rain in Spain falls mainly down the drain.
Down
Scotch.
the drain, isn't it?
I
Down the
love
plane?
scotch.
Never
I'd just
comes
drink it
back.
all day if I could. Alright, here we go. My glasses are greasy. The hell? Stout has turned into Hannibal Lecter.
Doesn't the rain fall on the plane, Sean?
I want a funny superhero hat.
That's all the plane is saying, but you never know where it's gonna hit. Especially falling down the drain.
Alright, here we go. Into S&M. Yes. Yes, I'm into Sean and McLean. Alright, here we go.
Welcome back, Mia. Frickin' Stickam.
Greetings, everyone. Well, continuing on with the Blu-ray updates this time, I actually have a couple of animated ones to talk about. So, that's why the cartoon display is still up. Alrighty, cartoons on Blu-ray. Let's talk about them today on the Multimedia Chronicles.
Damn. He's on.
Welcome back. Well, this first one is actually good.
First screw up.
Welcome back. Well, this first one is what many consider to be a modern classic from... The brain just stopped. Welcome back. Well, this first one we're going to talk about today is one that many people consider to be something of a modern classic. It's from that amazing year of fantasy and sci-fi, 1982. I've said before how just so many movies came out in 1982 that are largely considered modern classics now, or just amazing films in general. Well, this was one of them, and I have to confess, I actually kind of missed out on it back when it was new. I think I saw it, but honestly, and I remembered seeing bits and pieces of it, but I honestly don't know if I'd
Goodbye.
but I'm not actually 100% sure if I saw the entire thing or not. I'm inclined to say no, I just saw bits and pieces of it. But I know tons of people that are absolutely obsessed with this movie, and it's like one of their absolute top of the heap childhood favorites that, you know, they rush out and watch anytime a new release comes out, and they just like jizz all over themselves. Yeah, no. But I know a lot of people who consider this one of their all-time, top-of-the-line, no. But I know a lot of people who consider this one of their absolute, top-of-the-list, all-time favorite, childhood favorite movies of favoriteness. Yep. Okay. I know a lot of people who consider this to be one of their all-time, top-of-the-list childhood favorites that... Fucking hell, I just...
Oh, Jesus.
I know a lot of people... Fuck off. Fuck off!
You just can't say it.
Ugh. Alright, hold on.
Oh my God.
Started off, I really felt like I was going to be totally on my game, too. Just like, greetings everyone, blah, 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 blah. Welcome back. Just keep going. Boom, 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 and then... Okay.
Your brain seized up.
Eventually, I'll
Didn't
actually get to
happen,
the
did
part
it?
where I say what the movie is. Might take 2 or 3
Yeah.
hours, but we'll get there.
And then it'll flow.
Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Now what? Shut up, Stout. It's like I have the headphones plugged in and I can just hear you guys laughing so loud. Don't think they can hear you in Albuquerque. Laugh louder. Okay, here we go. Now, I know a lot of people who consider this one of their absolute top of the list, all-time childhood favorites of of all time. Yeah. I know a lot of people who consider this the absolute top of the list. I know a lot of people who consider this one their all-time top of the list. Nothing else compares to it. Childhood favorites of all time. Like, just that's it. It doesn't get any better than this. When you ask them what their all-time favorite childhood movie is, it's this one. I am, of course, talking about The Last Unicorn. Yep. Believe it or not, I kind of missed this one when it was out in 1982. I have no idea why, because from then until now, almost everybody I know always asks me when I tell them I'm a big fan of 80s cartoons, like, oh, you must know The Last Unicorn. And I'm like, yeah, I am aware of it, but I have to confess I don't think I've actually seen the whole thing. And they're like, oh, dude, you're missing out. It's like the greatest movie ever made.
Frozen.
So now I have it, and I've seen it. The end.
And it was okay, but I would have left.
Thanks for watching. Sayonara.
So obviously, after all the glowing reviews that people have been giving to me, throughout my entire life, this is one that I've been really curious about for a very long time and really wanted to check out. Now, a few years back, they put out the special 25th anniversary edition on DVD, so I was thinking of grabbing that, but I didn't. Otherwise, you would have seen it in an update at some point. But then it came out on Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray was getting glowing reviews, and a couple months ago, I was just kind of going on a binge, getting stuff that I thought maybe Rosie and I could watch together. And I thought, hey, this seems like a good time to check out The Last Unicorn, because Rosie loves fantasy movies and stuff, and fairy tale type stuff, and she has a lot of little plush unicorns and stuff. So I knew she liked unicorns. The only thing was, because I hadn't seen it, I figured, well, I should probably watch it myself first, just to make sure, because I actually thought that this was an anime. Yeah, this is how little I knew about it. Just because of the visual style. I mean, you look at the sort of design of the unicorn, it looks very anime-like. But it's actually not. It's an American film produced by Rankin Bass. Rankin Bass has been around forever. They kind of got their big... Their sort of big original claim to fame was all those classic Christmas specials that we all know and love. Like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Jack Frost, and, X number of other ones. And then a few years later, they did, they did The Hobbit. Blah. Their first sort of really big claim to fame was all those old classic Christmas specials that we all know and love, that all of us have grown up with. Stuff like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Jack Frost, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, all those. That's all Rankin Bass, with the puppets and everything. So that really, got the ball rolling. And then a few years later, they actually did the first ever film adaptation of The Hobbit in animated form. And for a lot of people, that's a childhood favorite. That's a childhood favorite of mine. I loved The Hobbit animated movie growing up, and it was great. And then a few years after that, they did Return of the King, which wasn't so good, but I think the reason they jumped over that and just went straight to the Return of the King is because in the middle there somewhere, Ralph Bakshi did his Lord of the Rings adaptation, which adapted like the first book and a half of Lord of the Rings. So anyway, they kind of finished it off because it looked like Ralph Bakshi was never going to finish it, but they kind of, didn't do as good a job. But anyway, that's another story for another time. Back to The Last Unicorn. So anyway, in 1982, they did The Last Unicorn, and it was based on a novel that had been written essentially for children, and I guess, pre-adolescent kids and stuff. It was just kind of a whole new take on a lot of the old myths and legends and such. So you have like a wizard character, and you have some mythical creatures and such, like you have a harpy, you have, of course, the unicorn, and you have some other, evil guys and whatnot, and even Robin Hood is mentioned in there at one point. But, so anyway, not knowing anything about it really, and thinking that, well, if it's anything like a lot of other sort of independent animated films that came out around that time, there may be some material in it that might be a little bit too intense for Rosie. So I decided to check it out for myself first. So I watched the Blu-ray version. This is actually a combo pack, by the way. There's a Blu-ray and DVD edition in here, and I'll talk about that a little bit in a few minutes. So I watched the Blu-ray version, and it looks fantastic. I mean, they just did a fantastic job on this. If you're a fan of this movie, then you will not be disappointed with this Blu-ray. It looks and sounds basically, I think, as good as it's ever going to look and sound. It's just fantastic. But anyway, I really enjoyed the movie. I mean, it's got a hell of a cast in it. You got Mia Farrow as the voice of the unicorn. You got Alan Arkin as Schmendrick the magician, who's her friend and traveling companion. And you've even got, Robert Klein as a singing butterfly who shows up at one point. You got Jeff Bridges as this heroic adventurer type who befriends her and actually kind of falls in love with her. And it's great. It's just a lot of fun, and I can't believe I've been missing it all these years. So I really enjoyed it. Now, in watching it, I thought, there's a couple spots in here that might be a little bit intense for Rosie just because of her age. But I thought, well, we'll give it a go and see how it goes. Because, I mean, she's watched other things. She's seen other things with some scary parts and whatnot, and she was able to handle that okay. So I figured, well, this is kind of tame by comparison, and I think I can kind of talk her through it if she has any issues with it. So I decided to, basically just make sure. Blah, blah. So the next time she came over, I asked if she wanted to watch the Unicorn movie, and she So the next time she came over, I asked if she wanted to watch the unicorn movie, and she'd been really curious about it because she was actually with me when I bought it. So while we were out shopping, I picked this one up and I said, "Oh, would you like to see this one maybe?" And she said, "Oh yeah, I'd love to see the horsey movie," and stuff like that. So she'd been asking to see the horsey movie ever since I bought it, but I really wanted to preview it first just to make sure it would be suitable for her. And if it wasn't, I would just kind of put it in the back of the collection, so out of sight, out of mind, right? So anyway, I figured it was fine. So we sat down and we watched it together. I just made sure that I was sitting with her when the scary parts came on. There's only sort of a couple of parts in it that I would consider maybe a little bit too intense for kids with a more sensitive disposition. In particular, the scene with the harpy at the traveling circus of mythical beasts, which is pretty intense. It's not like graphic or gory or anything like that, but it could be quite scary. I mean, the harpy is a pretty, creepy creature, and bleh. I mean, the harpy is a pretty scary, nasty, just fucking fucked up, fuckity fuck. Okay. I mean, the harpy is a pretty scary, nasty, evil creature, and, I'm going to assume you've seen it. So, spoilers! Spoilers! Spoiler alert! This is spoilers now. From here on, I'm going to spoil shit, so if you haven't seen it, don't watch this part. Okay, spoilers. Alright, so the scene where the harpy kills the wizard lady who runs the... not the wizard. Okay, so the part where the harpy basically kills the old hag witch, voiced by Angela Lansbury, by the way. Yeah, Murder, She Wrote. She's like this old nasty witch who captures the unicorn and puts her in a traveling circus and stuff like that. And she has like other supposedly mythical beasts there, but they're all fakes that she just sort of uses her limited magical abilities to make people think are actual mythical beasts, but they're not. Except for one. She has a harpy there, and the harpy is this sort of vulture-like creature with 3 of the nastiest, saggiest breasts you've ever seen. And I have to pause here and mention something. The 25th anniversary edition DVD apparently had the nipples of the breasts digitally blurred out, so it was censored. However, the DVD and Blu-ray editions on this edition are uncensored, so if you're concerned at all about censorship, rest assured this is uncut. There's another aspect of that which I'll get into in a few minutes. But so anyway, the unicorn escapes with the help of Schmedrick the magician. It's where she meets up with him at this circus, and she releases the harpy just to give it its freedom. And the harpy basically attacks the old witch and her assistant and kills them. But the way it does that is basically by sort of pouncing on them and draining their life force, and you see it like glowing as it's sucking their life force out of them. So I already had a pre-figured out explanation. So I was watching it with Rose, and she's like, "Oh, what's happening?" I said, "Oh, well, the harpy is just taking the old lady's magic away, so she can't be mean to people anymore." Huh? Is that clever or what? Yeah, and she bought it, so it was all cool. But honestly, she didn't really seem that bothered by it. She was just like, "Oh, like what's going on?" So, smart kid. Anyway, so we had no problem with the harpy scene. The only other thing that I saw some other reviewers sort of comment about might be of concern to parents with kids with a sensitive disposition is the Red Bull, which is sort of one of the primary adversaries in the movie. Basically the Red Bull has herded all of the unicorns into the ocean. It hasn't killed them. They're basically trapped in the ocean waves in with a magic spell, so that only this one like evil wizard guy can enjoy them solely for himself. He's like this selfish old bastard. And anyway, she's the last one, so the Red Bull is trying to catch her. So there's quite a few scenes where the Red Bull is chasing her and stuff, and it's very intense and very scary. Rosie had no issues with the Red Bull at all. We've actually watched this twice now, so I've seen it 3 times since buying it. Once myself and twice with Rosie. And it's great. I actually enjoy it more each time I see it. I see other little things in it that I missed previously. But like the last time we were watching was actually yesterday. She asked me what the Red Bull was doing, and I said, I said, well, it's chasing her. It's trying to catch her. And he said, "Oh, well, why is he trying to catch her?" And I said, "Well, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think the Red Bull's going to do if he catches her?" He says, "He's going to eat her." She was just like very matter of fact about it. Like, "Yep, it's going to eat her." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I don't think that's what it's going to do. I think he's just trying to chase her away, but try to catch her. But if you think he's going to eat her, then he's going to eat her. But she had no issues with it at all. I mean, she just enjoyed it, and she likes all the spectacle of it and the humor and stuff, and really enjoyed it a lot. So on the matter of censorship, again, I wanted to mention something else about the 25th anniversary DVD edition, namely that the audio was actually censored in the 25th anniversary. So you had visual censorship and you had audio censorship. So two major issues, which I'm sure, I didn't follow this at the time because I wasn't a big fan of the movie at the time, but I'm sure that really pissed off longtime fans of the movie, because in the actual uncensored audio track there's a couple of mild swear words. There's a couple of damns and hells, and I think there might be a son of a bitch in there somewhere or something like that. But anyway, it's some mild language, but that parents may not want their kids to hear. So one thing I need to mention about this is the Blu-ray version actually gives you the option of both audio tracks. It specifies. It defaults to the 25th anniversary audio, which is the censored audio. So if your kids put it on to watch, you don't have to worry about it. It's the censored audio track. The only thing that you might be concerned about is the nipples on the harpy. But I mean, really, the nipples on the harpy are like the least titillating tits I've ever seen. I mean, there is absolutely nothing arousing about it whatsoever. This is one nasty looking creature, so I don't think you need to be concerned about that. Even your adolescent kids aren't going to get any jollies out of looking at harpy boobs. So, but for yourself and for adult fans who can handle a few dams and hells, there's also the uncensored audio track, but you actually have to go into the options and manually select it. It does not default to that, and I can understand the reasoning for that, obviously. Then on the DVD edition is actually the 25th anniversary edition, but with one minor alteration. It's still the censored audio track, but it has uncensored video. So the harpy nipples are unblurred. However, the audio is only the censored version. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the DVD and Blu-ray themselves. We have this beautiful shiny slipcover, which you've probably been staring at the whole video because I like to hold them up through the whole thing. And then the artwork inside is basically exactly the same. And then inside we don't have any inserts, we just have the two discs. So we have the DVD on this side and the Blu-ray on this side. You can put them whichever way you want, who cares, whatever. In terms of extras, we got a lot of extras on here. This is actually very nice. Disc 1, Blu-ray, feature film plus bonus. You have Immortal Characters featurette, audio commentary with writer Peter S. Beagle and publisher Connor Cochran. That's the original author of the book, who also wrote the screenplay for the film. 2010, The Last Unicorn Art Contest Gallery. So there's like a whole gallery of fan art and everything in there. It's very nice. Peter S. Beagle and his work talks about his, this story and other stories that he wrote. The Tale of the Last Unicorn mini documentary. Schmendrick's Magical Gallery. Original trailer gallery. 1080p high definition. Don't list that as a special feature. We know it is because it's Blu-ray. Widescreen presentation. Very nice. 25th anniversary edition and original theatrical version, English 5.1 DTS HD master audio, English and Spanish subtitles, and English SDH. Disc 2 is the DVD feature film plus bonus. Again, The Tale of the Last Unicorn mini documentary, Schmendrick's Magical Gallery, Escape the Red Bull set-top game, about Peter S. Beagle, original trailer gallery, English 5.1 and 2.0 Dolby Digital Audio, English and Spanish subtitles, and English closed captioned. And as far as the audio goes, the DVD is only the censored audio, the Blu-ray gives you both. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. This is a wonderful film, and the only caution would be some of the material may be unsuitable for certain kids, but if you figure your kid can handle it, just watch it with them, and talk them through the scary bits if they have a problem with it. Because overall, this is a wonderful, magical, beautiful film, and I know that I'm going to be enjoying it for years to come. I can't believe I've missed out on it all this time, but I'm very glad to have it in my collection at last. So, well, I was going to talk about a few more, but apparently I had a lot more to say about The Last Unicorn than I realized, so we'll save the other ones for next time. Alrighty, Last Unicorn on Blu-ray. Check it out. It's very good. And that's it from me to you, for now. And that's it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara. You can go fuck yourselves now. Thank you. Wow, 26 minutes yammering
Eric
on
would
about The Last
definitely love
Unicorn.
that.
How much of that was me fucking up the intro? Oh, okay. Smoke break.
Well, I probably won't be here for your next update. If you're gonna do another one in a little bit, I'm just too tired.
So, are you guys fans of the Last Unicorn? I know a lot of people are.
I've never seen it.
Wow, you've never seen it? Oh, you should totally see it. You'd probably enjoy it. Meow. Well, apparently all those people who are fans are not you guys. Hey, Bookhouse Boy's here.
Yeah.
Ah, Silent Joe is a fan. God bless Silent Joe.
I especially like that thing in the end.
You can all go fuck yourselves now. Yeah. Aw, did I make your day, Mia? How did I make your day? What did I do? What did I do?
If you're gonna film another video in a little
She
bit, I'm
loves
not gonna probably be a
Last
part
Unicorn,
of it because I'm
Scott.
getting tired. And,
Oh, Last Unicorn.
I think I'm gonna go to sleep pretty in a little bit.
I'm pretty sure I covered everything. Oh, hang on, where are
I
we?
just wanted to tell you.
Boyfriend passed out and then crashed. He wore himself out being ridiculous. Last Unicorn, haven't seen that one. Dude, Rankin Basses. Tiger Sharks, yeah, that was the other, I was gonna mention Thundercats and Silverhawks.
Thundercat.
But I forgot. I only got as far as 1982 and didn't go beyond. I might just throw in a little addendum. Yeah, I'll throw in a little addendum when I film the next one to say, oh yeah, by the way, you know something else they did you might have heard of? Thundercats! And Silverhawks! And Tiger Sharks! Actually, I'll pull them off the shelf and hold them up and say, but we'll talk about those another time. I love cock teasing my viewers. And then never doing the videos they think I'm going to do.
Yep, the Last Unicorn I have to see.
Maybe this video will be his Transformers video.
They aren't even human boobs, if you want to be technical anyway. The Red Bull is not even worth censoring kids from. Let them cry. It's supposed to be tragic. You're so hardcore, Mia. I suddenly lost interest for nipples forever.
Probably because of what I did.
Oh no. Jew hair?
I showed one of my nipples when you said nipples.
Oh, okay. Crimson News Mia, the Supreme Lord and Chancellor, Miss Mia, has long hair. Jeebus, sir, do you need some fresh air? Ha ha ha. Fuck. Sean, you made my day. Okay, there we go. Yay, Mia, looking for a smoke.
So I'm probably not going to be up for long.
It's showtime. Ah! There, I showed it. Ow. I was actually quite surprised when I first watched The Last Unicorn and I saw that the harpy had 3 boobs. And just that they were completely boobs. It's like, wow, it has boobs. There's boobs in a kid's movie. What the fuck? But yeah, it's funny because
Similar to Total Recall.
Boobs?
Rosie didn't even mention a thing about it. Like, she
Boobs?
didn't even acknowledge it. That there was boobs.
Similar to
Didn't
Total
say
Recall, Sean. There was this one lady that has 3 boobs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, on Mars, on Mars, the girl had 3 boobs.
Oh no! Here comes the fire!
I'll never forget that. Yeah, I think since surviving the end of Toy Story 3, she can handle pretty much anything now. That was her trial by fire, literally.
Oh, that's good.
Here comes the fire!
Not Toy Story 3 yet, have ya?
Oh, man. No, I haven't. I've only seen the ending, thanks to Rosie. I know the purple bear who fucks them over ends up becoming a hood ornament. Ah, sweet justice.
Take that, purple bear.
I don't know why I'm supposed to hate you, but I'm guessing there's a good reason for it, so, ha! Yeah, I gotta pick up Toy Story. I gotta pick up all the Pixar movies soon. Like, I gotta make that one of my missions for this year, is to get caught up on all Pixar movies. There's so many of them I still haven't seen.
That's a pretty good mission.
I think so. Well, a few of them are on sale right now, like Toy Story 1 and 2 are on sale. Cars is on sale. I've never seen Cars. And I'd like to see that one. Rosie likes that one.
The best thing I've ever seen on any Pixar movie was last Christmas when Amazon had a Toy Story for $12.99
On Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually got all 3 Toy Stories on Blu-ray, Sean.
Yes, I think I knew that.
Yeah, you showed the toy box, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
think,
didn't show the toy box. I showed them individually. 'Cause
I
they
think,
are better packaging than the Ultimate Toy
Oh,
box.
okay.
yeah, I'll probably just get the regular packaging for those. Maybe the steelbooks, because Future Shop has steelbooks of the first 2. If they have a steelbook of the 3rd one as well, I might grab that too. I don't know. I'd hate to only have 2 of them in steelbook. But if they don't have one for the 3rd one, I'll just get the regular editions of all 3.
Man nipples!
Man nipples, man nipples, man nipples, man nipples.
I love man nipples. No.
Mm. Oh, we know, Stout. We know. Sean reads Dead Space Martyr to us, yes. It'd be like Andy Kaufman reading The Great Gatsby to an auditorium full of people. Today I thought we'd just read Dead Space Martyr. Chapter 1. Altman be praised. And then we'll all go out for milk and cookies after.
There are some similarities between Infamous 2 and Dead Space.
Really?
I have to say.
I see.
Not a lot, but vague similarities.
Vague similarities. I see. Last unicorn.
So, I've had a good time here, and I think I'm gonna go to bed.
Alrighty. Have yourself a good night, Patrick. We'll see you next
Alright.
time.
Night, Patrick.
Whenever
Plus,
that may be.
I already saw one of your videos that you were doing, and I think one's good enough.
And I think that might be good enough for me too tonight. I'm pretty pooped, so.
Yeah, that's a good idea for me too. So. Good night, everybody, and good night, Sean.
Night,
I'm going to
Patrick.
bed.
Night, Patrick.
Good night.
Peace out to you all.
Word.
All right, peace out, Dowd.